We're all locked in now.
Your home for the best sports radio in Utah is right here on the KSL Sports Zone. It's time to kick off your afternoon drive with Jake Scott and Ben Anderson.
Allow me to introduce the best of the best.
On 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Whatever, Christian. Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Again, it's snarky or insulting or something that Christian has to do right before he turns the mic on.
In association.
I do not understand.
With Universal.
There it is.
So Universal also.
Universal.
Foot in the bill.
Yeah. Ben and I were talking about these studios and how much they rely on major windfall, like hit movies. And these studios produce, for every hit, how many absolute stinkers.
Yeah.
But that's how they remake the same movie over and over and over again, because they're just so reliant. They have to have hits.
Something that clears $500 million and pays for the next several years.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So you got to have a new Avengers coming out. Nobody's asking for it, but it's coming.
It's a guarantee. You have to have a guarantee.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Mouse's layoffs and the fact that Moana was not a hit are necessarily correlated, but eventually they are.
Correct.
They
have to make Frozen 3 to avoid further layoffs.
Right.
Because it will make $1 billion.
But Disney really is scrambling because they're not going to hit their budget because Moana was such a dud. Mm-hmm. Whereas Universal, whoever's the head of Universal, just greenlit like 15 other movies yesterday.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, everyone's fat and happy.
Everybody's super excited about it. It's weird. I did not get a chance to chat enough with your brother at your party a few weeks ago. I would love to chat with him more about the actual process of movie making.
Yeah.
From the financing on down, I'm sure it's fascinating. And here at Sundance mm-hmm. used to be, here we used to have a front row seat for these movies that were made somehow. And we're here to get picked up by the Universals
right.
of the world. And that's why Sundance movies were super hit and miss.
Mm-hmm.
You could catch the next great thing. Like imagine if you saw Fargo at Sundance
right.
before
Reservoir Dogs,
whatever.
whatever.
Before these guys were really huge. But I've also seen some just stink shows where it's like, oh, you had trouble getting this made, huh? I'm shocked.
My sister-in-law who does costumes went to Spokane to shoot a movie, to do costumes for the movie. The day she got there, they were like, there's no money. Actually, the money fell through. Go home. She flew home. They called her back a couple of weeks later. They're like, come back out.
We're back.
It's going to work. Uh-huh. She's like, I don't know. This is sketchy.
Uh-huh.
Flew back out, made the movie. 6 months later, it got nominated for Best Picture. It's
wow.
Like, you just don't know.
Yeah,
and
wow.
then some movies you sit on and you're like, yeah, they've got a huge budget and it's going to be great and we're excited for it. And it turns into live action Moana and cost $300 million to make and lost $150.
Listen, I think that actors and actresses are overly sensitive. You hear the stories of actors storming into Variety magazine and stuff and threatening the life of critics. And, that's not acceptable behavior. But I can't imagine if I poured a ton of time and energy, flew to wherever, worked on all this whole thing, put my reputation on the line, all of this stuff, and then some clown behind a keyboard is like, this is a joke. This is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
A part of me doesn't blame them that much for being so sensitive. But you can't win them all.
Yep. Absolutely.
The Rock is sitting somewhere having a bad day. Could The Rock ever carry a movie? Was there ever a day that The Rock himself...
He was like the highest grossing film actor for a while.
Yeah, but like Will Ferrell made a lot of money too,
Sure.
and he couldn't carry a film.
He headlined a ton of movies, but they were all garbage.
Like the
Jumanji.
Mummy
Yeah.
franchise. Oh yeah, Jumanji.
Yeah. What was the one? There was one about like the
Rampage.
earthquake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heck no. I'm out.
Well, can't. Well, part of it, maybe I don't blame The Rock, because the idea to live action all these movies is not good. Mm-hmm. Not anymore.
No.
It used to be a way to feel nostalgic about something and then see it again or introduce your kids to it or whatever. But Moana came out like yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Moana hasn't even had its hipster disappearing phase where it's so in the rearview mirror that all of a sudden Moana shirts resurface again because it's hipster again.
There's no nostalgia, like you said, no nostalgia tied to it yet.
Yeah, right. My hip niece started wearing Lilo and Stitch all of a sudden out of nowhere. And this was pre the stupid remake of Lilo and Stitch. And she was telling me, she's like, oh, yeah, this is the best movie ever. And I have like 4 shirts. It was like, because you picked the Disney movie nobody's ever heard of. It's almost like a counterculture type. But Moana hasn't even had that.
No, it hasn't disappeared long enough to even have a comeback.
You and I love the Robin Hood Disney movie and that song in particular because it's the Disney movie everybody's watched but nobody ever thinks of. You know? Mm-hmm. It's kind of got that hipster counterculture feel to it.
For sure.
Moana is still like, what's his name? The Flight of the Conchords guy is in like every animated movie. That guy's still making movies. The Crab.
So, no, I'm totally with you. They just got a little too cute. They got a little too excited and probably a little desperate.
Remember we looked up the name of that guy that did Baloo the Bear and also Little John and was in all of those Disney movies? That Jermaine guy is this generation of that.
What is his name?
Well, it was Brit, and Jermaine, and it's Jermaine. That one.
Yeah, the New Zealander. I think they're both New Zealanders.
Christian, Flight of the Conchords, ring a bell?
What's that? Like grapes?
I remember when Flight of the Conchords was like the hip outsider show.
Jermaine Clement.
Yeah, he's in like every animated movie ever made now. Dude is making a windfall for working for like 10 minutes.
It's a good gig.
Yeah, let's get on that.
Oh, they're a musical duo.
Yes, they are a musical duo, and HBO made a show about them. I don't know, what year was that, Ben? Like 06?
Yeah, I was in college, so probably maybe a little later, but probably right around there. You've never seen What We Do in the Shadows, Christian? The movie? There's also a TV show that's well-liked.
With Johnny Depp?
What We Do in the Shadows, no, is a mockumentary about vampires living in the world today. Put it on your list.
I've never seen that movie.
Yeah, it's amazing. But Jermaine Clement, one of the funniest characters of all time. Anyways.
That show was funny.
It was very funny. Those guys are funny. Yeah.
Ben, I'm not sure if there's a guaranteed place to start today. I want to know if you're buying especially with your connection to people who have run important social media accounts, whether the Miami Heat let the cat out of the bag.
So the backstory, what Jake is hinting at, if you missed it, is that it showed up on the Miami Heat YouTube page, an event, like July 27th, 6 p.m. or whatever it was, 4 p.m., and it said LeBron James introductory press conference. And somebody put that out there. And then I think Adam Schefter today has said something along the lines of, like, I got a text. People are saying Miami. Now, yesterday there was also news that came out that everyone said, remember, LeBron didn't tell Cleveland, LeBron didn't tell Miami, LeBron didn't tell the Lakers until the minute before he announced it that he was signing with them because he didn't want this specifically. He didn't want it to leak ahead of time and ruin his surprise.
I don't believe that, especially with Miami, but yeah.
But apparently...
Miami made a bunch of moves to make room for him. A week before.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't make those moves not knowing he wasn't coming. So I don't know if I believe that, but okay.
But regardless, that's kind of what people have said about Clutch and how LeBron has operated in the past. So does that mean he could do it differently this time? Absolutely. It means he could do it differently this time. Nobody, again, as we've talked about a lot, needs to clear $45 million for him, the way you did need to in the past. So he may not feel like he needs to keep it private or does need to give people a heads up, I should say. I don't know. He may just want it different. He may want a big celebration now. He may want it to look good for Netflix when he makes this documentary. I mean, all of these things could have changed his decision-making. But you're right. I do know people who have worked in social media. My wife used to work for the Utah Jazz. She did not tell me what the Utah Mammoth name was going to be. I didn't know, but she was doing social media for the Jazz and parts for the Mammoth as well. Part of her job was to go and reserve a bunch of social media, what's the word I'm looking for? Handles, just in case they pick that team name. So, like, I would see a recommendation on Instagram because I suspect she was having to do them with her email or her phone number or something. And because everyone's tied into an algorithm, you get recommended, hey, you may want to follow this account. Their phone number is in your phone, in your contacts. So I would get a recommendation on TikTok or Instagram or something every 4 days. Utah, insert team name, team store. Utah Yeti team store. Do you want to follow this? And she's actually never even confirmed this to me, but my theory is she was tasked with going and reserving all of these handles to keep the space just in case that ended up being the team name, and it didn't end up as the Yeti, it ended up as the Mammoth. It didn't end up as the Goals. It didn't, whatever the crazy name, the Outlaws, whatever the names that were thrown out there. I can't even remember all of them. But for a few months, there were recommendations of names or of accounts I should follow. So the only thing I would say with my insight into this, my knowledge of how this process works, this could be somebody just setting up a test run just in case.
Well, that's their excuse.
That is their excuse.
Yeah.
Like, you know what the Jazz probably already have sitting somewhere in a folder on their hard drive somewhere on their servers is a thank you, Lowry Markkinen, for your efforts. Or what a goodbye video for Will Hardy. Thank you, Coach Andre Tourigny, for your work as the first head coach of the Utah Hockey Club. You build things in preparation for a contingency, for something that could potentially happen that simply just may never happen.
Now, the counter...
Donovan Mitchell, good luck with the Knicks. Thanks for all your time.
The counter argument is that it had a date and time specifically.
It did.
You know, when you, for example, newspapers will write obituaries for famous people. Mm-hmm. In those drafts, it doesn't say, on December 12th,
yes.
Christian Esparza passed away. No, usually it does not include those specifics. So, yes, I understand that people do prep work and that accidents happen. And this is not as catastrophic as the person in Hawaii that sent out a text blast that said nuclear attack was imminent. That had to be the biggest. That was a whiff. The biggest one of those ever.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear that story, Christian?
I do vaguely remember hearing that.
Yeah, some guy had a bad day doing that. However, I don't know if this is that because of those details. And I will tell you this. Players are weirdly obsessive about making their own announcements. Case in point. When Gordon Hayward was leaving the Jazz, that famous July 4th, when Gordon Hayward was leaving the Jazz, that famous July 4th, Ben, do you remember what happened?
I remember the Players, what's it called? Players Tribune?
That played a role, but not till later. Chris B. Haynes reported that Gordon Hayward was going to sign with the Boston Celtics. Then Scotty G put out the bat signal, and we all came in and did an emergency show on July 4th, only to have Gordon's people and the Jazz stuff it back into the bottle.
So we haven't made a decision yet.
I don't know.
We don't know.
And by the way, really dragging Chris B. Haynes through the mud on both sides. Only hours later to have a Players Tribune article from Gordon Hayward come out that said,
wow, what a run it's been.
Thanks, I'm leaving. And I have no idea why you would even waste the energy trying to stuff it back in the bottle after a reporter got the scoop. Just put out the Players Tribune thing that he had written probably for months.
Yes. Had somebody write for him, yes.
For a long time. Just hit send. But he was so obsessed with, I don't know, not being unpopular in Utah. I don't understand it. I don't get the obsession with it. So if you're telling me that a social media person made a mistake, sent out something they shouldn't have, and LeBron James lost his mind and said, you better stuff this back in the bottle, I would believe it.
And it has happened.
Well, yeah.
Hashtag tank note. Take note. Tank note is what Jazz fans are saying. Take note. Leaked.
That happened.
Before it was supposed to leak.
I happen to know who leaked that one.
Yes. The Utah Yeti Instagram account did have to get made privately without any ability to follow it. But even then, it did find its way into anyone who had that contact number in their phone, probably as a recommended follow.
So, I don't know. You can dismiss it. They want you to dismiss it as preparation and a mistake. But it might not be.
It might not be.
It might not be. Somebody threw that out there a little prematurely, and now everybody's mad because LeBron wanted to. I mean, look at LeBron. He made the most famous free agency video ever with Jim Gray, and it broadcast live on ESPN.
Yeah.
You know, I still remember I was on vacation when that happened, and I remember where I was watching that stupid thing.
So do I.
At the, Akron Boys and Girls Club. Taking my talents to South Beach.
You were watching it with who? Do you remember? Donovan Mitchell, who was at the Boys and Girls Club.
There. Uh-huh. Yeah, who was there. No. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you know what I was thinking this. Is this holding really anything up outside of Adam Silver releasing the schedule apparently?
I don't think it is.
Like, has James Harden not signed with Cleveland because they're waiting on LeBron James?
Maybe. But again, probably not. The money shouldn't matter. He's going to get I think he should just get a veteran minimum.
Well, I mean, I guess unless Cleveland wants to scrape
more,
together some more dough.
But I honestly don't know if they have more.
But that's what I'm getting at. I mean, because why is James Harden, why is he fat right now? Because James Harden's only fat when he's under contract. Mm-hmm. He thins out in those contract years. And right now, well, according to pictures we saw the other day, he's quite heavy.
Yeah.
Which would lead me to believe he's not all that worried about where he's going to sign in free agency.
Not trying to be his best self.
So what is he waiting on?
Yeah. No, I don't know.
My point is, I guess, is that maybe we should stop caring. Now it's impossible because there's literally nothing else going on. And that was your point yesterday, where he's doing this on purpose because he knows nothing else is going on and everybody's talking about it. So, you know, I guess we're a victim of that. But is it really consequential?
Not NBA-wide. It's going to determine what NBC covers, what ESPN covers, what Amazon Prime covers. Yeah, whose games are they more focused on? Cleveland, Miami, or insert random third team here. That's what they care about. But no, for us, for who's going to win the title, I don't think it matters.
Silver should just release
the
dang
schedule.
Agree. You know what? Miami's going to be a draw with Giannis.
You can
Cleveland was just in the conference finals. They're going to be a draw regardless.
Have them both play. Have them play each other on opening night.
Or Christmas or whatever.
Or Christmas. Yeah, whatever it is. We're going to see them. Have them both play on opening night. Maybe not each other. Have them both play on opening night. Have them both play on Christmas. Have them both play on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. All of the big days for the NBA, and you'll catch them all. It's not like he's not going to a team that nobody's going to watch otherwise.
And it's not like he's the biggest star in the league anymore.
No, he's not.
But maybe he's the most notable in the same way that people watched Michael Jordan with the Wizards, I suppose. Yeah. But, I mean, how consequential was Michael Jordan with the Wizards?
Wasn't.
He was not.
Right.
But LeBron will probably pick a better team. Miami or Cleveland is better than those Wizards teams were. I don't even remember who was on those Wizards teams.
Rip Hamilton, Jerry Stackhouse, I think.
Old Rip Hamilton, though, right? No,
young Rip.
Young Rip Hamilton.
Pre-Pistons Rip. Yeah.
Was Caron Butler?
I think that was pre-Caron Butler. Huh. But not good.
No,
not good teams.
Not good at all.
Kwame?
Was it a...
Did Jordan play with Kwame after drafting him?
Kwame, but they didn't play together, I don't think.
Okay.
It was when Jordan was president of the Wizards for a brief period of time.
Good run.
Really, really good
It must have been. Kwame was drafted in 2001 and was with Washington through 2005, and I think that's when Jordan was there.
Stay tuned.
Not great.
Top 3 stories of the day at KSLSports.com. Coming up next, Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
All right, who are we up to?
We're still on presidents. Gerald Ford.
Gerald Ford. Well, he's in good shape.
Just covering our bases, Tom. You never know. Okay.
All right. Gerald Ford dead today at the age of 83.
Okay, good. And one for next year.
All right. Gerald Ford dead today at age 84.
A little sadder.
All right. Gerald Ford dead today at age 84.
Best thing that's ever happened to you financially. Go.
Easy. Sold my car on Carvana. Amazing offer.
Really? I hit 200 on the scratcher.
Did the scratcher come to your house and hand you a check?
No.
How many scratchers did you hit to get that? I hit a button on Carvana.com once.
Okay, that's fair.
It's like the lottery, except you always win.
Not like the lottery at all, actually.
Exactly. Inexplicably good. Offers worth bragging about. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.
It's time to break down the biggest stories of the day. This is the top 3 stories of the day on KSLSports.com. 97.5 The KSL Sports Zone.
We'll do whatever, Christian. We'll do all 4. It's time for the top 4 stories of the day at KSLSports.com. Brought to you by J. Brooks Jewelers. Cherish your love with J. Brooks Jewelers. Explore their expertly crafted engagement rings made from the finest materials. J. Brooks Jewelers. Actually, I take that back, Christian. Let's take LeBron out of there because we just spent a whole second.
You just hit it, yeah.
Yeah. Well, LeBron is Lagon from the top 4 stories of the day, bringing them down to 3. Where do you want to start?
Number 1, just announced the University of Utah will be inducting Eric Weddle into the Ring of Honor.
I didn't know he was not in yet.
Well, it's new. There's only 2 people in, right? Isn't it Alex Smith and Coach Mack?
Okay.
So, I mean, being number 3 on the list is honestly pretty good. I'll have to double check that, but yeah.
Let's look.
Alex Smith was first, and Coach Mack was second, because a lot of people were, well, not that Alex Smith wouldn't deserve it, but I think Coach Mack maybe should have been.
And they only do 1 a year.
Right.
All right.
So yeah, number 3 ain't bad.
During the Arkansas game, by the way.
Is when that's going to happen. Extremely deserved. I mean, Eric Weddle is the Utah man. I mean, not only was he incredibly successful on the field, specifically at Utah, he was a do-it-all type that was extraordinarily popular. He was, we say was, he is an extremely good communicator, and then he goes into the NFL and he plays forever at an extremely high level. Highest paid safety in the league, at least for a period of time, and then has done nothing but be a Utah advocate pretty much since he got there. So, Eric, I think that's a wise selection.
Roy Jefferson also in last year. So they will induct more than one. Roy Jefferson is also in the, let's see here, Utah Hall of Fame? What do they call it? They have 3 or 4 of these honorary.
Yeah, this is the stadium one, though.
This is the okay. Important. Different geographical locations on the campus itself have their own honorary circles you get brought into.
Yeah, the Ring of Honor. The basketball team hangs the jersey or whatever. Sure. So the football team's doing the Ring of Honor.
Okay.
It's a way to. I mean, it's a way to promote your.
It's
program.
a way to release a press release.
Yeah, okay.
I hate to sound pessimistic, but
Eric is listening, I'm not downloading or downgrading your accomplishment there.
No, I don't think anyone is. I also don't think this is uplifting his accomplishments either.
No, it's fine. It's nice. Lots of universities do the Ring of Honor thing. What? It really is
no. Should find something else to do. Also,
it's really no different than the jersey thing in the rafters.
Correct.
And that doesn't do it for you
either? Jerseys in basketball, a little different.
I don't think so.
I guess. Because it's kind of been a long tradition. If you want to retire football jersey, you can do that as well. But yeah, okay. I can't wait. Can't wait for the Arkansas game.
All right, what's next?
Oh, man. You're going to love this one. Number 2, your guy Pitt McAfee announced today he is going to release an album. We don't quite know the genre. This is coming up in August.
I had no idea he was a singer or a musician of any
Why
kind.
has this become the theme of the last week? Ed
What?
Harris wants to sing. Bear and Tiger Bachmeyer
Everybody
want to
does.
sing.
No,
What is
everybody
going
does.
on here?
Everybody wants to be Mick Jagger.
It's just like when people started releasing NFTs and everybody had to have an NFT of their own. You have to have an album. You have to have a singing appearance at the Ring of Fire, or you have to you have to have an album if you're Pat McAfee.
Yeah. No, it's the dream for anybody. I mean, think if you had limitless resources and a huge ego.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
what is the dream for like 90% of everybody? To be a singer or a rock star or a country star or whatever your version of that is, right? It's the reason Ron Artest asked the Indiana Pacers if he could take the first several months of the season off to record his rap album.
Mm-hmm.
Damian Lillard has a rap album.
Mm-hmm.
Shaq had an album.
Mm-hmm. And Kobe had an album.
The Diary of a Polarizing Figure, by
Yeah,
the way.
this is
August 14th.
Pat
Save the
McAfee's
date.
big album.
Have you ever heard Gordon Hayward tried to rap?
Yes, I have.
When he was in college?
Mm-hmm.
CJ Miles was a rapper when he was here? I don't know. Why does
Aoni had an album that came out?
Why is Russell Crowe in a band?
G Time, if you remember.
Yeah.
It was, Gordon Hayward, Too Big Yo was his album.
I think that was the song. I don't know if he had an album.
It's a single, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it was anything like that. I don't know. It's
Like that?
It's people that have too much money that think their missing calling was being a rock star. You know what I mean? I don't know. Lots of people have it for some reason. Coach has a fairly successful band, but he does it for fun. You know, like. I mean, I think they get a paying gig here and there, but you know, the reason he likes hanging out with his buddies and doing the singing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to tell you. It's a thing, and apparently Pitt has the bug. Paris
Says
Hilton,
he's been working on it for 20 years. He's been writing these songs now for 20 years.
I think Paris Hilton has put out multiple albums.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot similar. I think the impulse is very much similar to everybody who's on the Snap Talk thinks that they are an influencer and one video away from being famous.
I actually have more sympathy for the fail child Nepo baby a la Paris. Who did she do the thing with Lionel's son?
Lionel? Nicole Richie?
Nicole Richie.
There he is, Lionel.
I get the idea of like, well, my parents were famous and I've got unlimited money. What should I do?
Yeah, she's
What am I
going to
supposed
put
to
out
do?
an album. It's
so
the
I
same
guess
thing.
I'll put out an album. Pat McAfee made a little money in the NFL, makes a fortune now at ESPN.
Yes, he makes $50 million a
He
year.
doesn't
So what
now need to step into the studio.
It's not about making money. It's about attention. And he is the
You're
next
right. You're
gift
right. But here's
to
the thing.
music.
He has attention. Clearly, he has the attention.
Not the right type.
Apparently, yeah.
No,
apparently not.
Why do actors try and be singers? You know, Russell Crowe is a hugely successful actor.
Right.
But it's not the right type of success, Ben, because he's not Mick Jagger, which is the dream. Like his dream was probably not to be Tom Selleck; it was to be Mick Jagger.
Mm-hmm.
And so now that he's kind of Tom Selleck, he's like, but no, really, I want to be Mick Jagger. Your guy Dolan.
Mm-hmm.
He owns the Knicks. He has his childhood dream. Still wants to be Mick Jagger. I don't know. When's enough for Pitt?
Never enough.
There's no production studio giving him money to make this album. I'm sure he's financing it all himself.
I would hope so.
What genre is it going to be?
Oh, it's got to be. Well, what is Jelly Roll?
No, you think it's country? I think it's. I had no idea how many football guys were into like really heavy metal until I met Gunther.
Mm-hmm. So you think it's like death metal?
Well, think about this, Ben. Do you have to have any talent to do death metal?
Well, yeah.
No.
Sure, probably.
No, absolutely not. You just scream.
That's probably a talent. Probably is something that not everyone can do. Otherwise, everyone would do it and everyone would make money doing it. So there must be something to it. McAfee has not released any information on the genre.
No, I
for,
think
USA.
I think you have to have some talent to be a country singer. I think just screaming into a microphone requires no talent.
I think they're probably sixes.
What about maybe it's a hip hop album?
Good. That's what the world needs. Pat McAfee's thoughts on hip hop.
Oh, the world needs none of this.
Yeah.
You're saying is there a genre of music that the world needs from Pit McAfee?
Silence.
I don't think that's what it's going to be. Just an album of straight silence.
It's inspired by AJ Hawk.
Nice.
Just sit there and don't say anything.
All right. What's next?
Number 3, Real Salt Lake back in MLS action tonight after the World Cup break. They're going to be at LAFC.
Well, they're well rested because nobody got to play during the World Cup. So hopefully they come back with a little bit of momentum and are playing well if you're an RSL fan.
I've always thought it was silly. Here, this is not even Tuesday. Here's my hot take. I always thought it was silly that Major League Soccer took a huge break for the World Cup.
Yeah, there's like 4 people playing.
Right. And, not in this case, maybe it's a little different because we were the host country, but most of the time is a 9 a.m. game in Qatar really going to bump you off your Saturday night 7 o'clock kick, right? And some teams maybe are missing a guy. I mean, RSL was missing 2 one year. But there are so many Major League Soccer games. The season is so long. Just keep going. And in fact, if anything, maybe you'll sell more tickets because people are excited about soccer.
Yes, you watch the game on Saturday and you think,
I gotta go.
RSL game Monday, kids have a little bit of the bug. Let's go back. Let's go to a game. Let's go see it in person.
So I always thought it was dumb that they took a break for World Cup. But we're not going to have to worry about that anymore, right? Because they're adjusting the schedule for
adjusting
some
the
reason,
schedule.
which seems crazy to me, being a sports fan who lives in Utah.
Yeah, the winter schedule is going to be rough for the soccer team, for the outdoor soccer team.
Let's throw up a dome, huh?
But a lot of these are cold weather teams.
Yeah, I honestly don't know how it's going to work.
Yeah.
And all just to match up with the European calendar. We don't live in Europe.
Let's see. Vancouver, cold weather. Salt Lake, cold weather. Seattle, not snowy, but cold. Minnesota,
rough.
Miserable. St. Louis, miserable. Colorado, miserable. Sporting Kansas City, miserable in the winter. And that's just the West.
Oh, I had no idea how miserable St. Louis was until I spent New Year's there one year. It was 3 below or something like that. Ice everywhere.
Like that?
Wind that was just tearing your skin clean off the bone. I had no idea.
Chicago, New England, New York. How's Charlotte do in the winter? It must not be terrible.
It's the South in the winter is not pleasant, honestly. It's not freezing cold, but it's cold enough, and then it's so wet it feels colder.
There's 2 New York teams. D.C., horrible. Columbus, horrible. Montreal, horrible. Toronto, horrible. Philly, horrible.
How's this going to go?
70% of the teams are in cold weather
How are you going to sell
cities.
tickets? In all honesty, how do you sell tickets? And in the winter months, do you just have, is Miami playing home games? Do they even have enough teams that could play nothing but home games in the wintertime? Like, I don't understand.
I generally try to give people the benefit of the doubt and think they must have thought through some of these things, how they're going to figure this out, how it's going to be viewed. But you do have to think, like, if they are trying to pitch the 30-year-old European star to come play in the U.S., is that person going to want to come sign in Philadelphia?
And play in 2 feet of snow?
I mean, I know they're already only signing in Los Angeles or Miami. That certainly has been the case so far. But
they still have to play there.
Then they still have to go play. Yeah, they don't get to only play the warm weather games. So, again, I'd like to think somebody has thought this through better than I have. I assume somebody has, but this seems like pretty obvious flaw at face value.
I also think you fit into people's schedules, into people's calendars. And if you disrupt that, there is some risk to it. Mm-hmm. How many RSL season ticket holders are doing so because RSL games in July are absolutely incredible? Like, that's the reason they're a season ticket holder, because June, July, and August. And we'd have to look at what the new calendar is going to be. But that is the time to go to an RSL game when it's just cooling off and the sun's going down and it's just gorgeous outside.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the time to do it. But whatever. Got to take some time off for the World Cup, Ben.
Yeah. Got to get that transfer window capitalized on.
But, yeah, they should be well rested. That should happen. All right. Stay tuned. That game, by the way, starts tonight at, let's see here, late start at 8:30. More Jake and Ben coming up next. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Refreshing your carpet has never been easier with home services from the Home Depot. Explore our wide range of styles and colors. Get started with a free measure, then leave the installation to us. With pricing starting at just 49 cents per square foot, your new carpet is installed by local, licensed, and insured professionals, so you can feel confident every step of the way. Base price for standard installations only. Exclusions apply. For licenses, see homedepot.com/license numbers.
Evening. Buyer's remorse. Buy a new car? I'll be moving in. Let's get started.
Sorry, I think there's been a mistake. I bought it from Carvana.
You what?
Yeah, great price. I even have 7 days to love it or return it.
So there's no...
No buyer's remorse. More like buyer's rejoice.
I guess I'll let myself out. Congratulations. I mean it.
Buyer's rejoice. Buy your car today on Carvana.
Limitations and exclusions may apply. See our 7-day return policy at Carvana.com.
Finding ways to be financially savvy is a smart move, and knowing you could be saving money for the things you really want, like that dream home or new ride, is a great feeling. That's why the State Farm Personal Price Plan can help you save when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with a personal price plan. Head to statefarm.com to get a quote. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
This is Jake Scott and Ben Anderson. Now, every day from 2 to 6 on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Hornswoggled, befuddled. Dame looks at the double team, gets rid of it over to CJ with 3, with 2. Mo out of the corner, raising
Let's
up.
go home.
Got it!
Let's go home.
Mo Harkless says, good night, Los Angeles! They do not switch. Peyton stays on Miller, drives into the lane to the glass.
Oh my goodness.
What a play off the contact. He scoops and scores. Suns will bring it inbound. Daniels from backcourt.
Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. The great Kevin Calabro, right there, voice of the Portland Trailblazers.
Former voice of the Portland Trailblazers.
This is relevant today, Ben, because?
El Cheapo strikes again. One of the 3 or 4, I think Mike Breen's the best play-by-play announcer in the NBA right now.
Calabro's great, though.
Calabro's up there. He's been around forever. He used to be the Seattle Sonics play-by-play voice. Been a long time, voice of the NBA. If you've ever had League Pass, you listen to him. He calls a great game. El Cheapo, according to Kevin Calabro, said they offered him a, quote, subprime contract. And he said, easy decision, not worth my time. Said, which is sad because it's a great roster and great people are there. But El Cheapo has come in, and as you kind of explained, it's not uncommon for a new owner to come in and slash some salaries and want to bring in their own people. Cutting Kevin Calabro is a very, very weird decision. But does shed more light that Tom Dundon, El Cheapo, the new owner of the Portland Trailblazers, is not really worried about talent. He's not really worried about any of those things. He's just going to go the cheap route, and he doesn't really care about how it affects the team or the fans or anything.
By the way, the subprime contract offer, that is the same as firing. I mean, that's
right.
Basically what the Utes did to Kyle Whittingham.
Mm-hmm.
Said, hey, I'm interested in coaching another year. And they said, hey, great, here's your
Cool.
contract.
Here's half of what you used to make.
Yeah. I remember he had to cede power to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking about this, Ben, and you know what? I bet Calabro made a lot of dough.
He's been doing it for a long time.
Been doing it a long time. I bet he was not cheap, but he was really good.
Yep.
I mean, there's a reason he did do it for a long time. But I was thinking of it through this. I do think that Dundon is trying to move that team. And I do think that he is using the same tactics as the owner from the movie Major League. That he's just going to make everybody angry and he's going to cheap out the whole team so that basically he can move it without any sort of pushback. And I started thinking about this. Should the lady from Major League, should she have fired Harry Doyle? Should she have fired Bob Uecker?
Is that where she should have gone?
Is that where she failed? Because firing the popular play-by-play guy. I mean, imagine if the Jazz ever fired Rod Hundley.
Or Bowler.
Or Bowler.
Or Thurl.
Or Luck. I don't want to
of
leave,
course.
of course, David out of the conversation. But it would be really unpopular.
Extremely, yeah.
So turning around and firing Calabro is just another thing that's going to be extremely unpopular with the Portland fan base. And I do think it's intentional. I do. I think they're trying they're trying to get out of there. They don't want a rebuilt dumpy building. They want to go to a different market. I don't know what that market would be. If I were Vegas, I would certainly hold out for an expansion team. I wouldn't make the same mistake I made in baseball.
I don't think owners would allow a relocation of Portland to one of the expansion cities that have these purported $10 billion expansion costs coming.
But as we found out in the NFL, sometimes it's not quite that simple. It was a race to Los Angeles in the NFL, if you remember. And I don't remember how the rules exactly worked, but the Rams were going for sure. And then the Chargers and the Raiders were both moving and both wanted to move to L.A., and the Chargers got priority. And I'm trying to remember what the reason was. But the Chargers end up in L.A., and then the Raiders end up in Vegas, which is ridiculous because they should have just flipped that because nobody cares about the Chargers in L.A. But you know what a lot of people in L.A. care about? The Raiders.
The Raiders.
But anywho, that's what I guess my point is. It's not always that simple. And if there was some race to Vegas and that's what Dundon was really up to, that wouldn't shock me.
Oh, I'm sure there's a race to Vegas. There's no question about that.
Wouldn't shock me.
If I'm one of the other 29 owners in the NBA, I say, no, I want your relocation fee for moving to Columbus or Raleigh or wherever you're trying to get to, and then I want the expansion fee of Vegas too. Why would I cut off one of my hands when I get them both? Like, no, I can get two different fees, relocation and expansion. We'll see. Maybe,
I don't know what the
they
rules
do.
are.
Maybe it's just easy. Maybe you've already got a spot there. But I think the NBA wants to add two teams and get the expansion fees of both of those versus a relocation. I just think Tom Dundon's a bad guy. I think Jazz fans, despite the fact that you've not won an NBA championship, should feel pretty lucky that this is the type of owner you used to have in the early 80s before the Millers came in and took the Jazz out of obscurity. And then Ryan Smith took the team and I think has probably taken it, if not just carried it on, potentially taken it to the next level. And again, it's going to come down to winning. And tip of the cap to the Millers who did get to the Jazz to the finals.
But I think it's important that you're comparing it to Ryan. He was very adamant he wanted to keep the team here.
Yes, absolutely, no question. He never held anyone hostage for that.
And I truly believe that Gail Miller, when she says that she would never have sold the team to Ryan in the first place unless she was assured that the team was going to stay here. And he's invested like the team is going to stay here for the long haul. And he said he's been nothing but Utah's biggest advocate, basically. Tom Dundon is not that. He's not from there. Why would he want honestly, there are probably more lucrative markets out there than Portland. Portland is not a big market.
Correct. In
fact, Portland and Salt Lake are right on basically the same level, right? As far as market size goes. So, I mean, the Clay Bennett, the guy who moved the Sonics, he wanted to move them to his hometown in Oklahoma City. I don't know where Dundon would move the Blazers. Like, if there was a possibility to get him to Vegas, that makes a ton of sense. But he's not moving them to Raleigh because they wouldn't let two teams be that close to one another. Raleigh and Charlotte are not far apart.
I don't think so. But
I mean, he could go with like southeastern Virginia and like the Tidewater area if he wanted to go into that part of the country. But I don't know if they're not certainly proven to support any sort. So like, where else would he go?
Does New Jersey want a team back? I have no idea.
There's no way the Grizzlies would let him move to Nashville.
Vancouver. There are teams.
Which already was a terrible basketball
team. They're
town.
trying to expand again. Vancouver is trying to get back into the business.
Do you remember how bad, like Toronto has always been a really good basketball city. It's not a Canada thing. Toronto has always supported the Raptors. You remember how poorly the Grizzlies were supported?
I do.
Nobody cared. Nobody went. It was a terrible basketball
Canadian
town.
basketball has changed dramatically since then. But yeah, I'm listening to you. I'm not trying to be ignorant
I
of
just
that.
don't know. I don't know where. I honestly don't know where they would go.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know either, and maybe they don't. But regardless, again, you can go back to the Millers and now Ryan Smith. I mean, look at Sacramento. They went from the Maloofs to Vivek Randavive, who's maybe dumber than the Maloofs somehow.
The Maloofs were garbage owners, too.
Horrendous.
They happened to have a good team accidentally for like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and
no,
they
garbage.
They
went from
terrible.
garbage to garbage.
Yep.
Sarver, garbage. I mean, there are garbage owners out there. Alex Morello was a bozo in Arizona with the Coyotes. Like, again, it would be nice if you're a Jazz fan for the team to break through and get to the mountaintop. And you look around, and a lot of teams around them have, and other small market teams have found a way to break through. Until the Jazz do that, I don't think you need to bend over backwards thanking ownership for whatever they've done. But, man, it could be so much worse. Man, it could be cutting corners like this.
Having a bad owner is really just awful. I mean, I know the Knicks just won the title, and good for them. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut. But remember the previous 20 years of just buffoonish
mediocrity.
behavior.
Yep.
Yeah.
For no reason.
The only smart thing he did ever is hire Leon Rose.
Mm-hmm. And maybe get out of the way a little bit.
Well, yeah, because it's much like Ryan hiring Danny. Like, people know Leon Rose was the super agent in the NBA before he took that job, right?
Yes. Right. I would imagine.
Okay, we love Justin Zanuck on this show, but Justin Zanuck was an agent.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Zanuck was not Leon Rose.
Right.
So, I mean, you can't hire Leon Rose to boss him around. Ryan couldn't hire Danny Ainge to boss him around.
Right. Scott Boras in Major League Baseball.
Leon Rose was basically that. Yeah. He was the David Falk of his day.
Yeah.
Who was Stockton's agent.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, cutting a play. I have no idea what Kevin Calabro was making. Maybe it was 7 figures at this point because he's been around that long. But, like, the savings you're getting.
Oh, he wasn't making $1 million.
I doubt it.
No,
I doubt it.
He wasn't making $1 million.
So, again, we're talking about maybe a few $100,000 you're saving. Like, that's where, for a beloved figure in the Portland area.
For PR reasons alone, you should just pay the freight.
Just pay it.
But, no, I don't. But he doesn't care about being popular. He doesn't care about
it's too bad because the Trailblazers have been one of the cooler teams in the NBA historically.
I just don't understand how. Well, I do, because he's got to be trying to move the team. There's no other explanation. Because you're in the business of selling tickets. I get it that it's not everything in the NBA anymore, the turnstile. But imagine if back in the day, the Barnum and Bailey circus going from town to town. Imagine if they got to town and the first thing they did was set a bunch of fires.
Uh-huh.
Do you think many people are going to buy tickets, like burn down the local city hall? You think people are going to be scrambling to go see the circus at that point? Like, you come to town and you just tick everybody off? Nobody's going to buy tickets. Why would you purposely anger everybody right when getting to town?
Sometimes people tell you exactly what their intentions are. And Tom Dundon has walked into Portland and committed the Red Wedding. I mean, it's just...
Yeah, it's got to be. He's got to be trying to move the team.
He's burning every bridge he can because he wants to disassociate the team from the city so he can move the team. Seems to be the only logical explanation.
Got to be.
Yep. It's too bad. That stinks.
Because in all honesty, you can get away with come in, have some layoffs because you're bringing in different people and you're going to change how things are done. You can do dramatic changes. Mark Cuban dramatically changed everything about the Dallas Mavericks. There's no rule that you have to come in and just fall in line because it's always been done that way before. But to come in just guns blazing and just be a PR disaster from day one, no way.
Especially because it seems like he does know how to own a team. I mean, his hockey team just won the Stanley Cup.
No, that's the problem is because it's proving the concept because he behaves this way in hockey.
He's also cheap there.
He has the coach on a year-to-year contract. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
In today's day and age in professional sports? So he's going to tell you that it works. But I don't know. I'm not close enough to Raleigh to know if he really behaves that way publicly with the fans like he is doing in Portland.
Yeah.
Well, good luck wherever. Maybe Jacksonville, Ben. You love Jacksonville.
Sure. Be great.
Does Buffalo need a basketball team?
Probably take one. Why not?
Or wait, maybe if they're going to go Canada, Vancouver, since that was a disaster, maybe you pick like Montreal or something. Ottawa, yeah. Manitoba?
Sure.
What do you think?
I'd love it.
All right. Stay tuned. We will get to more coming up next. This is Jake and Ben Show, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Evening. Buyer's remorse. Buy a new car? I'll be moving in. Let's get started.
Sorry, I think there's been a mistake. I bought it from Carvana.
You what?
Yeah, great price. I even have 7 days to love it or return it.
So there's no...
No buyer's remorse. More like buyer's rejoice.
I guess I'll let myself out. Congratulations. I mean it.
Buyer's rejoice. Buy your car today on Carvana.
Limitations and exclusions may apply. See our 7-day return policy at Carvana.com.